Here we go, day 3. Let the kickoff begin. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Indiana. Are you ready for this, fellas? Ladies?
Yes.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
This is what it's all about. Over 800,000 people said we want to know more about RVs, and we're setting records every single day with some of these amazing first looks, guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we definitely have more coming today. Don't you worry.
A lot of stuff.
They are exciting.
Yes.
I'm so excited. And of course, if you want to talk to us, you can call us. Maybe we'll answer the phone the way this day's been going. Call 866-853-3510. We'll have all the specialists standing by to answer any questions, because what I've learned is these are brand new. No one has seen these. And if you want one, you don't have to wait. That's the coolest part.
That is the best part, because with Camping World and Gander, having over 180 locations nationwide, tens of thousands of RVs on the lot. If you want one, you can get it now. You don't have to wait. The competition can't get what we can get because we're getting them first from the manufacturers. We got first looks.
Yes,
we
sir.
got premieres. We got campground favorites. We got everything that you could want to make sure you enjoy that RV lifestyle.
All right, and here's my favorite part. Ian, you need to go,
Yeah,
my
I
friend.
do.
We got a first look coming up, and you got
I'm outta
to
here.
First look.
I'm outta here.
Go get it.
This is for you.
Okay. I got it.
He's double micing already.
You're double mic'd up.
That's
And
right.
Here's another part of what good news is all about, especially the last couple of days. We've seen all these incredible first looks, but this is just the kickoff to an amazing week with our dealerships across the country. We've got, as you said, over 185 now, and it's amazing. And the deals and all the things that are going to happen across the country. Every dealership is just going to be so exciting.
Yeah, and if you got a trade-in, the best part about it is there's never been a better time to buy. So if you got that trade-in, we're paying thousands of dollars over book value for quality trade-ins. We'll come get it.
That's
we'll deliver your RV to you.
That's amazing. I
You
mean,
don't
to
have to
think
leave.
about the quality of care that you get, and that you get to see everything right now from the comfort of your own home with y'all, the experts of the experts.
All right, guys, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with our first look. This is the Coleman Rubicon. Ian, take it away. Let's get started.
And here we go. Thank you, guys. And yes, Sean, you are absolutely correct. This is the 2022 Coleman Rubicon 1708BH. And I absolutely love this thing. I mean, right away, you can see just how it is lifted. It is rugged. It is built to get out there and start exploring maybe those roads a little less traveled, right? But as we all know, we got to start inside, because if you don't like the way it looks, you're not going to like the rest of it. And if you don't like the way this looks, then I don't know. We are not agreeing, because I love what they have done in this interior. I think they did an awesome job. You have two-tone wood in here, right? A little bit brighter on the exterior, a little bit darker here in the center. They kind of brought in your the window treatments. I love that it's a wood window treatment, right? Instead of having like your your cloth, your fabric, your leatherette that you normally see, they brought the wood right into it, and I think that was a very, very smart move. Now, this floor plan right here, as I mentioned, is the 1708BH. This one comes in just a little under 3,900 pounds dry. So if you're looking for something, again, to be able to get out there with a slide, and you want to be able to sleep the whole family, right? This one can sleep 5. You can see how much space that slide offers you. And again, coming in at that weight is great. I love the flooring they put in here too. You can see kind of like the herringbone pattern. That's something that it just adds a lot to the eye, right? It just kind of helps make the whole unit pop. Right up front is the bed. So you'll see that you have great bed space up here. You have the headboard storage underneath. Take a look at this. This is sweet. Boom, power tower right there. You need to plug in a cell phone. You need to sleep with a CPAP machine. If you're like me, I have sleep apnea, and if I don't sleep with the CPAP, then I wake up and I'm tired and I feel like garbage, and then I can't do what I love doing, which is this right here. So if I go camping, I need to take my CPAP machine with me. That allows me to do it. Right up top, you can see great storage up there as well. I like that it's open, right? A lot of manufacturers will put cabinets up there, have the doors, and that's fine. But I like the fact it's open. It just gives it that more of that open feel, especially with the nice bright wood here. And underneath that is one of my favorite parts, which is the front windshield. Especially, kind of at this price point, I love that they were able to put that in there. Not only does that bring in a lot of natural light, but if you have a view out the front, it allows you to enjoy that. And from the outside, it looks absolutely stunning having that windshield up there. If you want a TV in your RV, I know that this one's kind of built to be able to get out there and, go explore the outdoors, but sometimes it's a rainy day. You just want to hang out, take a nap, right? Maybe watch a little TV. This lets you do it right here. You can mount that TV there. And of course, the hookups for that will be right up top. LED lights all the way throughout, and that is what you want, especially, again, if you're going to do a little bit of boondocking, just because, the LED lights are a fraction of the power of what the old lights used to be, right? So if you have an older RV now, and you're used to these lights just being a huge drain, well, you can run 10 of these LED lights for the same amount of power that one of the old ones were. So pretty cool. If we take a look at the storage up top, again, nice bright wood. You have the darker oil rub bronze pulls. I like the glass. It's kind of has a little design on there, which is great. Dropping down underneath, you get into the countertop. It's a thermoformed countertop. So that's going to bring some different advantages for you, right? One of them is the fact that unlike T-mold, you don't have to worry about, well, the T-mold piece coming off and getting a bunch of water in there and having a rotted out countertop. Plus, it's lighter weight than a true solid surface. So it gives you the benefits of a solid surface without the weight, which is why it's so great in an RV. You will see that the stainless steel apron front sink is undermounted. And that's right, I did say apron front. I love that they have that on there. Really helps make just kind of the appeal, right? It makes the kitchen pop. But being undermounts not only helps prevent some of the water and stuff from getting everywhere, but also you don't have the lip. If you have a top mounted sink, you have this lip all the way around and it's hard to clean. You go to wipe and it's a pain. Here, you can just boop, 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 good to go. Right next to that is your 2-burner cooktop, and that is recessed with the glass cover again, so you can utilize that as prep space. Nice and simple to use. And behind, take a look at this behind. You have this huge window running the entire length of the kitchen, really opening up that kitchen space. Now, underneath the cooktop, you have the microwave, in case you want to make some burritos, right? Maybe make some tea, throw some M&Ms in there, who knows? Over to this side, you will see some drawers. Excellent space. I always say to have a functional kitchen, you need at least one drawer. You have that right here, but they also give you a second, which I love, especially the fact it's a little bit deeper, because a lot of times I do bring some bigger items. Like I always talk about the fact that I bring an immersion blender a lot of times because I like a protein shake in the morning, or an apple core for the kids, right? So you can just boop, done, good to go, serve them apples. But that apple core, right, the handles, the things like this tall, and sometimes it doesn't fit in your normal drawers. So I like having the drawer that's a little bit deeper. Now, as we make our way to the back, you will see 2 bunks, 300-pound weight capacity on here, folks. It doesn't matter if you are looking to have a kiddo on there or an adult, it can handle them both. Plus, you will see the storage underneath. I love the additional storage. Now, what you'll see when we go outside is that there is a door right there. And you can open that bad boy up like it is right now, lift this bunk up. You have all that extra storage right there. Excellent storage space. It really makes transporting some of those larger items much simpler. You will see the refrigerator is right back here. So 12-volt refrigerator, right? Nice and easy to operate. This one is going to be compressor driven instead of gas absorption. So essentially what that means is it's going to cool down a lot quicker. So if you're used to having like a propane electric fridge, you know that you kind of have to get that thing started the night before to get it cold enough to, to pack in the morning. Well, with this right here, you don't have to worry about it. You can fire that bad boy up in a few hours. Everything in there will be nice and cool. Then making our way back into the bathroom, right? So I'll take a seat here. As you can see, I have plenty of leg space. I'm fairly wide in the shoulders and, I'm good there as well. Plenty of room here. And then over to the side is the tub shower. Now, I personally like having a tub, especially when you have a bunk model, because, I have littles and sometimes I'd prefer to give them a bath than try to have them take a shower. And this allows you to do exactly that. The other thing I like about it is because your tub has a higher wall, right? The curtain is more likely to stay in the tub. Whereas if you have, like a shower, it's going to be flying all over the place. As far as height, I am 6 foot tall. Thanks to the skylight, I can stand in here. I could honestly probably be 6'1", and still stand in here without having to duck down. You'll see you get a mirrored medicine cabinet right over to the side, which is great. So you have a little bit of extra storage there, like the fact it's a real medicine cabinet, not just a plastic one they threw up there. Of course, you have a vent, light, robe hook, everything that you basically need, plus a GFCI plug in case you need to, do a hair dryer, curling iron, whatever else you may have. Now, last thing I want to touch on before we head outside, folks, is the slide itself. So this, for me, is the really impressive part. The fact that we're still under 3,900 pounds, a little under, 21 and a half feet long, and you get the slide out. This is great. It's perfect for two people. It's a shallow slide, and so what that means is it's not it's not as deep, right? Shallow, deep. But the advantage of having a shallow slide is the fact that when this comes in, you still have basically full access to the rest of the RV, right? You can still go back, you can get to the refrigerator, you can get to the bathroom if you have to. I know it's a big concern a lot of people have when choosing an RV, is they want to make sure they can pull over and access those, and this one you can absolutely do that, as well as the bed if you need to take a nap. But this just really helps open up this main living space by having this slide out, gives you a place to sit. This, of course, can drop down, and that's why this one can sleep 5, because this one does turn into that 5th sleeping position. As far as climate control, folks, this one does have your AC right up top, right? Roof mounted AC, and you will have a furnace in here as well. So it doesn't matter if it's hot or cold, you will be comfortable here in the Rubicon. When we make our way outside, right? Again, I think they did an awesome job. I love the graphics. I mean, you can see if I close this door, I love what they did. It is simple, but it's nice, right? It's nice, clean, solid lines. You don't have like the swoops that we've been seeing for so long. Again, I think they absolutely nailed it. Making our way up front, we'll kind of start up front here, make our way back real quick. You will notice there's a power tongue jack, of course, making hooking up, disconnecting from your tow vehicle that much easier. This will also help you level your RV to front and back much simpler than having to crank it up and down too. Of course, 2 20-pound propane tanks, plenty of space there for your batteries. You can see that gorgeous windshield that we have up front with the Coleman name on there. And if you've ever done any kind of camping, you're going to be very familiar with the Coleman name. You know that they definitely stand behind the product. Coming around to the side, this is where it starts to get really cool, right? So you'll see if we go into the pass-through, this is a huge, absolutely huge pass-through, especially for how small this RV is. And inside there, you can see your 1200 watt inverter as well as your solar charge controller, because there is solar up on the roof. And if you want additional, you can see that you have solar right here on the side as well. So you can add to that solar if you so choose. But I'm just blown away by how big that storage space is. Dropping down underneath are your stabilizer jacks, and what you'll notice is they're much larger than what you normally get, right? And why is that an advantage? Well, when you talk about stabilizer jacks, you want to try to kind of form triangles. Like if we take a look right back here, you can see this is on the ground right now, and you can see how much of an angle you have, right? If they are smaller jacks, they're going to be almost straight down, in which case they don't stabilize nearly as well. And they realize that, being a higher trailer, being lifted up a little bit so you get that extra clearance, they wanted to make sure that the stabilizer jacks were very effective. So they gave you the larger ones, which I think was very smart on Coleman's behalf. You'll also see the solid steps to get into the RV, just like the name implies. They're exactly that. Super simple. You have the grab handle here as well for a little bit of extra control. You'll see there, as I mentioned, right, you get the inverter as a standard. It's not an option, comes on there, plus a 190 watt solar panel as a standard right up top. You see the power awning with LED lights, couple speakers up there. If we drop down, you can see the nice aggressive tire. You have the off-road tire on there, and again, a little bit bigger. And so, as I said, you get that ground clearance in case you are taking this to places you can't take a lot of other RVs. You'll notice your shelf here for a grill with a propane quick connect underneath. And as I mentioned, that easy access storage that you have right there. You have a ladder on the back. It's a fully walkable roof. Folks, I'm telling you, this thing right here absolutely knocks it out of the park. If you're looking for a lighter weight RV, you want to be able to take it to some places, you want it to be beautiful on the inside, come standard with that inverter and the solar panel, then the Rubicon 1708BH is going to be for you. Now, hopefully after this, you have a few questions, because I have my man Andrew coming, and he's going to answer all those questions for you in just a moment.
My name is Michael Palmer. I'm an emergency room nurse at Henry Ford Health Systems in Michigan.
I'm Mikey Palmer. I'm 10 years old and I'm the biggest NASCAR fan.
Start your engine.
When I was with COVID, separating from my son, my family, my coworkers, I love them. They're family to me. There's no way that I could have gone through this pandemic, you know, having COVID myself early on and then working in the midst of it right there. I'm just so thankful that I was able to go through it with them. So one of the things that happened during COVID was mental health issues, and it was from being isolated from people. I think that when you come back out to the track, it definitely is, it's good for the soul, it's good for the mind, it's just getting out. I believe that for us, this is the most normal thing that we've done in a long time, and it feels good.
Oh, so close.
Anytime we go to the race, first thing we do is we go straight to the haulers and we buy our souvenirs. And then we went over to pit road. It was awesome watching the crews prep the cars. They put so much work into these cars.
I like listening to my radio scanner at the RV because I just like to play around with the channels, listen to the other drivers.
The best part about camping at the racetrack is you're at the track. You are there. You don't have to fight traffic. You're going back to your RV, you're setting your grill up, you're putting your steaks, your burgers, your hot dogs on.
Hey, Mikey, what's up?
Hey, one hot dog.
One hot dog.
When we camp at a race, I like that my dad cooks on the grill.
So you think I'm a good cook?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. It is like a family when you come to the racetrack. People come over, talk about what you saw on the track that day. You may make a bonfire. It's love for a sport and that brings people together. I love just spending time with my son, even if it's just coming back here, kicking back, relaxing at the campsite. It's something that we bond through my father and I all the way to Mikey, and he's gonna carry it to his kids, hopefully. Being up top in the RV, watching a race from there was a moment where I took a deep breath and I looked at him and I looked around and I just took it all in. And that was a special moment, just as a fan and as a father being with his son on Father's Day weekend. I will always remember that.
And welcome back. I, of course, am Ian Baker, and I am joined by my friend Andrew. Andrew, I absolutely love the Rubicon, my friend. First off, thanks for joining me today.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me. Pleasure.
But yeah, I love what you guys have done. From the way the interior looks, you know, the care that was taken to the outside, the graphics. I mean, just the whole look, the whole package is, for me, it's just out of this world. I think you guys did a fantastic job. When creating the Rubicon, right? Like, what was your inspiration? What were you guys kind of trying to go for?
So the nice thing is, you know, with Coleman, obviously, you know, Coleman has that name recognition, right? Coleman's been around forever. It's the #1 brand in camping, one of the top, I believe, 5 most recognizable brands, period, in the world. So, you know, we wanted to kind of continue. We've had a lot of success with our lantern line, our light line, and so we wanted to kind of look to continue to build on that. And honestly, I'm super excited about the Rubicons because this has been kind of a long time coming. You know, there's a lot of work and a lot of designing that goes into these.
Yeah.
So it's been in the works for a while, and part of the nice thing about having that partnership with Camping World is, you know, we're getting the input from you guys, you know, and you guys are feeding us with input. You guys are the ones, you know, your guys are talking to the customers, so you're getting that firsthand feedback. So what we thought with the Rubicon, you know, is when you think Rubicons, obviously you think, you know, Jeep Rubicons, so you get that off-road, you know, rugged, and that's kind of what we were looking to do. You know, we wanted to bring in a whole new group of campers, right? We want to get as many people out camping, enjoying the outdoors as possible. So, you know, that was the idea behind the Rubicons, is like, how can we take the other segments that we already have and introduce it to another line that, you know, is kind of untapped.
Yeah, so. I love that. And one of the things that I think is really strong that you brought up, you know, as I do videos like outside the show, right? I tell people all the time, like, you know, if you see something, let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like, right? Because I'll take that information and I'll bring it back to the manufacturer. And if, Andrew can attest, like, I'm not lying when I say that. Like, I will let people know what's working, what's not, so that, to help make a better product. So I love that you guys listen.
Absolutely, and I do the same thing. I mean, you could ask. So I cover the Southeast, for the Camping World and Gander stores, and you could ask any of the folks down there. One of the parts of my pitch is I'm like, hey, if you guys are getting feedback from your customers, I want to know.
Yeah.
I make everybody take my cell phone number so I can put their numbers in my phone, because I don't know if you don't know, and I can't pass it along to our, my GM and the guys that are the engineers that are designing this. I don't know what I don't know, right? So
there you
if
go.
you're hearing something, we obviously there's a lot that goes into these, so you can't change them overnight. But enough feedback. I mean, that's how we learn. That's how we continue to grow.
I love it. So we talk a little bit about design, right? Let's get into the construction of the Rubicon. I always feel very strongly, especially when a brand new product comes out. We see the flash, we see it's beautiful, but I always like to talk about what people can't see, right? Because I think that's equally is equally important. So let's talk a little bit about the construction, kind of from ground up.
Yeah. So the number one goal, as I kind of touched on before, we want to keep these things as light as possible, while still incorporating as many bells and whistles as possible, which is kind of the Coleman in general, but especially with these, because we wanted to keep them super light and easily towable by more than just big giant trucks.
Yeah, for sure.
But the nice thing is with the Rubicon, so you got the vacuum bonded construction on the walls. You pointed out the fiberglass front cap. Yep. Also with the windshield, which is one of my favorite things. I mean, you can't get enough windows in these things. So, the more natural light you can bring in, the better.
And I don't mean to interrupt.
No,
I think you guys did a great job in the Rubicon as well. I'm glad you brought that up, because I didn't mention it. But when you're inside, not only do you have the bright colors, but you're absolutely right. There's so many windows that it just fills the whole RV with light. Yep.
And that lighter interior decor, I mean, that's really nice, because everybody watches HGTV these days, and that seems to be the new trend. Everybody wants the lighter colors. It really it amplifies that natural light. So we went to that lighter interior decor. But back to the construction. So as far as you got a fully walkable roof. So if you need to get up there to service things like that, it is fully walkable. Like I said, that front windshield is a nice feature as well. You got the full pass-through storage, and you got the rugged off-road tires. The other thing is, if you're looking for a spare tire, you're not going to find that on the back of the unit. We actually, for the Rubicons, we actually use a undermount for the spare tire. So there is one that comes standard with all Rubicons. It's just an undermount. So
love it, and I love the tires. Like you said, a little more aggressive, a little more off-road. Not only does it look nice, but if you're trying to get to some of those places that normally you can't take an RV, the Rubicon sounds like it'll get you there.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, Andrew, I do have a few questions coming in here. So it says from, who do we got? Patricia. It says, is this a good RV for a family of 4? We want something small so I can drive it, but need to fit all the kids for the weekend. Thank you.
So it's actually funny, because I'm actually a family of 4. So I got 2 little girls. One of them's actually running around here somewhere.
Oh my gosh, she's adorable. I have to say, you guys, I've never seen something so cute as when it was Sadie, right?
Yeah, yep.
When she lit up when she got that donut. Her face was just beaming. It was cute.
She does love her sugar. So sugar and carbs, those are her 2 main food groups. So, and her sister's the same way. But yeah, so I'm a family of 4. My girls are constantly bugging me, Daddy, when can we go camping? When can we go camping? And I love that they're so excited about it, right? So it's something different other than just going and staying in a hotel.
Yeah.
But this unit in particular is perfect for that family of 4. You got the double bunks in the back.
Yep.
So you got the bed up front for mom and dad. You got the bunks in the back. Another awesome thing about bringing kids along, you got the pack and play storage door on the outside here. So that bottom bunk actually flips up. So as you know, Patricia, since you've got kids, I don't know how old your kids are, but my kids, they travel with a lot of stuff. They got bikes, they got scooters, they got all kinds of things. Beach toys, whatever you're going to be doing. So having that extra pack and play storage door where you can flip that up and store stuff is just an awesome feature.
No, and I completely agree. And we talk about storage space and stuff, and not only do you have good storage inside, but I was shocked at the amount of storage you have in that pass-through. I mean, especially right there on the driver's side, it's a little bit bigger even than the rest of it, which is, or campsite, I should say, not driver's side, right? But that's exactly where you want the storage, because chances are that's, where you're going to be accessing your storage most often.
And as your sales guys could probably tell you, that's the quickest way to lose a deal too. Everybody's like, where can I store it? If you don't have room for your stuff, that unit's already out.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We want to try to put as much storage in these things as possible, again, while still maintaining lightweight, and all the other features that we want to keep in there.
Like having a slide. I mean,
absolutely.
Again, at that weight, being able to get that slide in there.
Yep.
Absolutely wonderful. We kind of touched on this a little bit, but let's go a little bit deeper. So Jeff asks, what kind of car or truck do I need to tow this?
So honestly, obviously I can tell you the weight. I always like to push that back to either your folks at Camping World or even better, the folks at the car dealership.
Yeah.
I always say you hear horror stories. People think they can tow it with whatever, and then they burn up their engine. Nobody wants that problem, right? So
agreed.
Before you commit, before you go to drive it off the lot, I would always check with your dealership and find out, is this going to work for what we're trying to do?
Yeah, absolutely, and I completely agree. For anyone that's out there that's shopping, that's wondering, I always recommend, right? If nothing else, come to a Camping World. Our salespeople will help you through it. We'll help make sure that they'll look at your tow vehicle. If we have to reach out to the manufacturer or the dealership, we absolutely will do that on your behalf to find out exactly what you need. Because even though your car may be able to tow it, sometimes there's things, especially like in that 5,000-pound tow capability for the SUV range, where you need like a transmission cooler or something else. And so it can tow it if you have these things. So we will always help you out with that.
And a lot of times the vehicle can be right at that maximum.
Yep.
And that's dry weight. Once you start putting stuff in there, now you've added more weight to it.
Yes.
There's a lot of factors to take into consideration.
Absolutely. All right. Looks like I have one from Don. It says, "Hi, I love taking my family camping, but a lot of RVs aren't built to withstand dirt roads or gravel. Is this a good option?"
Absolutely. I mean, as we touched on, you got the rugged tires, so it is designed to get off road.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we didn't really touch on, once you do get off road, these Rubicons do come standard with solar.
Yes.
So they do have a 190 watt solar panel with a 1,000 watt inverter. So it is nice that we have those pieces. So once you do get off road, you're already set up to go.
And which are there a few outlets that'll be inverted inside then?
Yeah, absolutely. So
okay.
So you'll have, I believe it's the pop up above the bed.
Okay.
And
perfect.
then also the one in the kitchen should be set up to run off of the solar.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent. I have a question from Trudy that came in. It says, "I want a smaller trailer so I can help drive on long trips, but my husband is 6'2", so he needs taller ceilings. Can he fit in this one? I want it."
Trudy, I'm your guy for this question. I'm 6'5", right? So that's one of the great things about Coleman.
Make me feel so short.
Absolutely. Coleman in general, I have. It's perfect. I can stand up. I'm not doing this. I'm not hunched over. And even in the Rubicons, being smaller and lightweight, I can stand up. I have no issue standing up. I can lay down in the bed. I can stand up in the shower. I've got no issues. So I got your husband by 3 inches. So he should be good to go.
Love it. That's again a great question, especially like you said with the smaller, lighter weight travel trailers. That's not always the case.
Nope. No.
So that's awesome that you have that height in the Rubicon.
Yep.
My man Mike asks, is this 30 or 50 amp?
This would be 30 amp service.
Okay.
Yep.
And the thing, again, we talk about the service. One of the things while you have the inverted outlets, you can run all that off the battery. If you're at a campground, right, you want to run the AC, you have the capability to do that as well with the 30 amp service, so that way you can stay nice.
Yeah,
and cool.
and one thing, like when you talk about boondocking and thing, it's all relative, right? I mean, it's
Sure.
It's kind of like saying, well, how long is my tank of gas in my truck going to last me? How much are you driving, right? So,
right.
These solars, they're nice because they can help trickle charge that battery and keep those batteries charged up. But, obviously, if you're using more than what's coming out,
sure.
Or what you're putting in, obviously there's some give and take there. So
yeah.
It's all relative, and it kind of sounds like a cheating answer, but the answer is, it depends.
And you know what? And it's funny you say that. So we did a video on, how long will my propane last? And it comes down to basically the same thing, right?
Yep.
Like, people are like, oh, my propane was out in a weekend. I'm like, okay, well, what were you running? Oh, you're running your furnace the whole time. You have an on-demand water heater. Well, yeah, okay. It makes sense.
Absolutely. And that, and you touched on the propane. That's another nice thing about the Rubicons is, they have the dual 20-pound LPs. 20 pounds is nice because you can swap those out literally at any gas station around the country. You don't have to worry about trying to find a fill station. We want to keep you camping as much as possible. So, you can always throw an extra one in there so you have a backup, or if you need to, mom or dad can run to the gas station, swap that out, and in 10 minutes you're right back to camping.
Perfect. Now, Andrew, this is a bunk model floor plan. Do you guys have like a couples model floor plan as well in the Rubicon line?
Yeah, so right now, this is actually the third floor plan of the Rubicons. We do have a couple others out. We have one other bunkhouse model, and then we do have a couples model as well.
Okay.
The sky's the limit with this Rubicon series. I mean, I've heard talks and different things. I mean, I think this family of the Rubicon series is just going to continue to grow. So we're gonna have a Rubicon for everybody.
I absolutely love it. And again, I love the product. I think you guys did a great job. For anyone that's watching that is interested, we do have Rubicons on our lots now. So if you're loving what you're seeing, please head into your local Camping World, give us a call. We can hook you up, get you a Rubicon, get you out camping, and start making those wonderful memories. Andrew,
absolutely.
Thank you so very much for joining me, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
For everyone watching, stick around. Day 3 is just starting. This is our first look. We have many more to come. I hope you're having a good time, and if you're not, I promise you you're going to. Stick around. We'll be back The Ultimate RV Show, coming right back.
Really is a beautiful spot to just sit and ponder. Water, we waiting for? RV ready to go? Sure hope we aren't late.
Jerry.
Oopsie doopsie. Yep, I knew it. It's the battery.
Hey, folks. Uh-oh. Open hood, never good.
I hope you brought some oranges, because we are out of juice.
Dad joke. Let's get you back on the road. Good Sam Roadside Assistance covers your RV, your trailers, and all your vehicles. And just like that battery, your jump start is free of charge.
What?
I thought you'd like that, Dad. I'm sorry. Make every trip a good trip. Good Sam. Everything you need to have a good trip.